p.m. I'm making a new plan, rearranging my life and...
What's good, YouTube, and welcome back to another video with your boy. Back today with another live reaction from my guys Abba and Preach. And today's video is titled JustGriftingThings is a potato. You should stay in your marriage even if your partner leaves. I seen this title and I was like, I have to dive in. I gotta see what's up with this. You know what I'm saying? With no further ado, let's see what they talking about. Let's get it. Let's see what they talking about.
Today, I am going to be reacting to Abba Preach's hit piece on me.
When you have a house, there's a lot of chores, there's a lot of shit to do around the house. A lot. And she works all day bringing that paper, that's that. And then she goes home and she still got to do some work. It's gonna take a toll. And she doesn't feel like it's separating our work like that. She doesn't feel like the
Yo, these niggas are funny. These dudes are funny.
It's gonna be a burden. It's definitely gonna be a burden.
And see, like, this is the thing. A lot of these reaction channels will try to nitpick. And they'll be like, well, if she's working, the chores are gonna be hard. Guys, marriage is supposed to be hard. And I've told this story like many times on my channel, so I'm just going to tell you again. There's a relative of mine, and this relative was married for 50 years. And this woman did not believe in divorce. Like, it was just not an option in her book. And her husband actually left the family for another woman. And she prayed to God for a solution because that was her belief. She did not believe in she did not believe in divorce. So her husband leaves, and the side chick died. He came home and she didn't throw it over his head. She asked where they went wrong in the marriage and how they could fix it. And that's the thing, like, a lot of times people in our generation are so quick to throw in the towel. Like, people used to have their husbands go to war.
Is your idea of commitment staying married until death do us part to somebody who left you for another person? What?
Right.
Fellas, if your wife leaves you for another woman and tries to get married with that person, and they're together for a long time, and then the other man dies, and you gotta come back, are you a great husband for waiting?
Run!
They would have called that man a whole ass cook.
A simp.
A simp.
They would have called him Sneeko.
They throwing shots now.
Over here, okay, without her man, okay, it's telling you to wait lonely by yourself years for a husband who not coming home. Well, what? All day you have to go home and you have to cook. Yeah, you have to cook. And you have to clean. And you have to put the kids to bed. And you have to...
But do you hear how spoiled we are? Do you hear how spoiled this sounds? Like, people used to get divorced for real reasons, like the death of a child. You know, my husband's mistress. And now, it's because you're frustrated over a messy house.
But after a couple of weeks, it's really fast for you to be drained. You figure to yourself, why not drain?
But that's a choice. You can allow it to drain you or you cannot.
Just keep it rolling. You're drained? That's a choice. You think being physically exhausted is a choice? You think somebody working 2 jobs, coming home late at night, goes right to bed, doesn't cook or do the dishes? Do you think that's a fucking choice? Hey, everybody right now who's struggling and who's really feeling tired because you got multiple jobs, it's because you choose to be exhausted.
You know, I've lived in all different types of square. I always had different roommates in college. And it really is a choice at the end of the day. And I grew up with 9 siblings, 9. I'm telling you, shit can be worked out.
This is coming from a girl who grew up in a mansion and has daddy pay all her bills. She's trying to tell you guys where physical exhaustion comes from. One of the most fucking privileged people in America is telling you physical exhaustion is in your brain. You're imagining it.
Again, I'm not really attacking like what he's saying. It's more of the mindset behind it. I mean, and for a guy that's big on stats, okay, this is the stat man. Because again, number 2, new studies suggest that the more time men spend on household tasks, the less sex they have. Sexual frequencies in heterosexual marriage. Lead author Sarbino Corich, junior researcher at the Center for Advanced Studies at the Juan March Institute in Madrid, said in a press release, couples in which men participate in more household work typically done by women report having sex less frequently. Similarly, couples in which men participate more in traditionally masculine tasks, such as yard work, paying bills, and auto maintenance, report higher sexual frequency. This study was published in the February edition of the American Sociological Review. Surveyed 4,500 heterosexual married couples from 1992 to 1994. The average age for the men was 46 and the women 44. Now, the study...
Okay, like... I've never heard of that kind of study, first and foremost. But then secondly, it's like, I get both parties. Like, I get where she's coming from, but then I get where Abba and Preach is coming from too. So it's like, it's tough. Going back to what they're saying, like, I wouldn't necessarily stay in a marriage, you know, and look stupid if things are like out of place. You get what I'm saying? But then I respect not, like, it just depends. Like, I respect not easily going for a divorce. But in a situation like this, like, you almost have no choice but to accept a divorce.
Study backs me up. I'm just,
Men can improve their sex lives by doing more household chores. Study. Yes, couples who share chores.
And probably because I guess the more active you are, the more sexually, you know what I'm saying? Just like going to the gym. You know, they say you're better in bed when you work out a lot and you're active. So I guess that's where that comes into play.
Have more sex. Here we go. A study published in the Journal of Marriage and Family in August has found that among couples who share their chores more evenly, there is more sexual gratification. In fact, they say researchers, the only couples reporting having more sex than their forebears did are those who are both getting busy with the household duties. Why do chores change anything? Here we go. The evidence shows that men do a greater share of household chores, share of household work. Women's perception of the relationship, fairness, and satisfaction are greater. Listen, anybody who's dated women, and this is why I say she's a child who has no real life experience. Anybody who's been in a relationship knows, bro, when you do something for your girl, the girl wants to fuck you way more. Simple. You go pick her up from a spot. You bring her food when she least expect it. You clean before she even get back. She wants to fuck even more. Why? Because you make life easier. It's the same thing for dudes.
True or not true?
You best believe I look at, hey, you sexy motherfucker with that spatula in your hand. Let's replace that with some D, right? I remember one time my girl, I just came up, she'd already folded all my clothes that I never even asked her to do. She was staying over the weekend. She's out. She folded when I wasn't even looking. Yo, best believe I picked that shit up, gave her another reason to do some laundry. But just lonely things over here wouldn't know that. Even though she's a nerd who says, the studies back me up. You have selective hearing. You have selective reading. You look for studies that back up your claim, not looking for anything else. Nobody takes one singular study and thinks that's real. You have to do dozens of studies. Other researchers have to take your studies and back up that data and see if it changes based off location, if it's double blind, everything like that. Reading a single study doesn't make you smart. It doesn't mean you're right. It just means there's evidence that, hey, this theory might be true. But you need to test that theory. This is why I say this girl's a grifter and an idiot. She doesn't know how to read studies even though she cites them often. She doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about. She's a goober. Her pulling up studies like this in a disingenuous manner as if she's done her research.
He's going off.
You know what she did?
He's going off.
She went on Google. She went to imright.com and that's it. We got a
look like he took it a little too personal now.
26-year-old who's not married, not dating, doesn't know how to dress, doesn't know how to groom herself, talking about she want to run wife school and teach people how to be eligible for marriage. The bitch don't know what the fuck she's talking about, and she don't know how to walk the walk. Because I ain't never seen no dude say this girl's marriageable or they'd want to. This girl's everything she preaches against.
You work 18. It's a place where I'm supposed to rest. I don't feel like I'm rested. I feel like I'm always doing the job. Not only
But see, listen to him talk. Me before the family. Me first.
Oh, now he's selfish.
I'm that. But what about your kid? What about the children? And this is the problem with a lot of these reaction and like commentary channels is, they look at it with a me perspective instead of the family first.
I'm coming back home and I still gotta work. Yeah, it's gonna be definitely gonna be a problem. And motherfuckers are gonna be like, you know what? I'm gonna get me someone that's actually a partner.
Like a lot of times women will keep score, but we don't talk about what the men do. It's always about all we do for them, but a lot of times women don't even realize how much men do for us. And I'll give you guys an example, okay?
What?
When I was younger, my dad, he worked a lot. And it was actually really hard for me when I was younger because he would go to India for like weeks at a time. I remember there was a time in like my childhood where I questioned like, if my dad loved me. And I was like, but mom, he's gone or whatever. And she's like, you just got out of volleyball. What did he do? He pulled the car up for you. Oh, he just took your bags to the car. He pays for this. He pays for that. Like,
he just
she humbled me so hard. I think this is common with women where we don't see a lot of times like the stuff that men do for us day to day because we don't notice it. And we just start counting and keeping score of all the stuff we do for them instead of looking at what they do for us. But again, this goes back into the problem with the culture is it's me before the family.
If your dad was gone for half a year in India and came back the fuck home and the children was dirty and the house was dirty, he would have left that girl. but your mom was doing some shit. Chores. Your mom was taking care of y'all and humbling your ass. Chores. Your mom was feeding you, but if your dad, after going for half the year in India, coming back, none of y'all motherfuckers was fed, none of y'all was having clean clothes, and the house was not clean, he would have been like, well, I gotta do this shit too. While I'm in India, I gotta come back.
Right.
And the chores would have killed that motherfucking marriage. But your mama was there doing the thing. A big ass burden to someone when they come back home and they want to commit divorce. You got that right.
Yeah, I think the only way you could ever think that is if you haven't ever lived with anyone and you got to live with a significant other. That's the only way you can talk like that. Hell, roommates. Forget a significant other. Y'all ever live with roommates?
And see, this is the thing. Like, they go into personal attacks. So now they're trying to insinuate I've never lived with the guy. They're trying to insinuate I've never had roommates, which it's actually funny because I grew up with siblings. Like, 9. Who's lived with more personalities than me?
Dang, 9 siblings though, that's a lot.
No way. No,
that's a lot.
We say roommates, she said siblings. We say roommates. I live with people. We talk about roommates and we talk about relationships, and your rebuttal is your sisters and brothers.
It is not a comparison at all. At all.
And you imagine that's the same thing
as a roommate
with somebody.
That killed me. I'm not gonna lie. Pearl is unintended comedy. Like, this girl is so stupid and confidently stupid that when she speaks, you just be like, no way that she said that.
Is it good to get divorced over chores? Is that good for a society? Is that a good message? And this is what they'll do: is they'll say, oh well, but this, but that, then don't get married. That's my argument. Why would you get married and take those vows?
Or how about this argument? If you're gonna get married, do your fucking chores. How about that? If you're gonna get married to somebody, do your labor. How about that? How about live up to your responsibilities, which are to do your part in a relationship? How about that? You're celebrating your stunt who decided to stay with a man who left her for another woman. You think that's a great thing? How about we encourage men not to leave their wives for another woman? How about that? Like this is such a manosphere grift. This is such a man-slanted grift where it's just like, why would these women quit? Why wouldn't these men put in the effort? Why wouldn't these women clean up after them fuck themselves in their marriages?
We came.
You know what I mean? This is such a victim mentality. No, bitch, we're telling you to take accountability and do your fucking labor. Pick up your trash. Do your fucking dishes. Eat your food, and then wash them.
Oh, snap.
Wash the chicken before you eat it. But you get what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm trying to say, right? You get me? Yeah. If you care about it, you do your part.
Yeah.
You gotta do all this extra shit. And you
He could be stressed because he has to take care of the yard.
She did! There's no way! There's no way she said that shit, nigga! She said that? She's 100%. That's how you know this bitch has never done yard work. That's how you know. I've done my backyard before. That shit is not stressful.
Yo,
ain't no motherfucking way.
Yo, Abba, shit. Like, that's too much. How'd you go back?
Damn, Preach. She hurt your feelings. She hurt your feelings, Preach. Damn, man.
For what, the 7th time this week?
No, it's once every 2 weeks, but after that I gotta pick some weed up.
You got jokes.
Alright, my girl. Yard work is a choice. You don't have to have so many trees. You could hire someone to do it. You don't have to have so many bushes.
And it's cheap to hire.
It's a choice.
And it's cheap to hire someone.
Because you live in America. It's pretty cheap to hire someone.
One, it's cheap to hire someone for yard work. And 2, you don't have to do it that often. And 3, a lot of people don't have no fucking yards.
In the summer, you gotta do it often.
Cleaning and managing household chores for things that are limited to only some places is really stupid.
We always assume that the women are in the right, and I just want to read marriage vows just to remember, because again, I take you, so and so, to be my wife/husband, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better or for worse, for richer or for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish till death do us
apart.
Yeah, love and cherish. Don't forget that part. You know where you are fucked up? Love and cherish. That dude was not living her no more, and he left. And she was like, take me back. Yeah, don't forget that part.
Back.
Your potato arm.
That was you.
He broke them vows.
But you were like, no.
Here's the other word, love and cherish.
Love and cherish.
You cherish somebody who you don't put an effort in for?
Right.
How can somebody say they cherish this business, but they never show up?
Nope.
To their shifts? How
You don't value it.
You cherish this business, but I find out you not doing any of the work when you're on the shift.
Yeah.
Is that cherishing somebody?
There is no more value in the marriage.
Put in every day. And our point is, if you don't do the labor, then you're not actually holding your wedding vows. Just being present doesn't mean you're actually present. You actually have to be engaged. I can say I'm here,
but it's like you're not here. Right.
You Abba. Dude.
am I really here? Have a child. Let them try to talk to you and be on your phone your whole time. See if that child feels seen. Just because you're present doesn't mean you're really fucking there. And just because you took vows doesn't mean you actually upheld them. It ain't enough to sign a fucking piece of paper. Bitch, you gotta work every single day. And that's what we saying people not doing. I'm not saying the women's telling the truth or the men's not telling the truth. I'm saying there's plenty of situations where the relationship is very, very uneven. And if you cherish somebody, you would try to make it more even. You would try to put in that effort.
Right.
That mindset. What can they do for me? What about what you can do for them?
Chores.
Yeah. What can they do for me? What they fucking agreed to. You acting like they got into a marriage and said, bitch, go get a 7-figure salary. Oh, he's not doing his part. You're like, no. Fucking take care of your shit. The basics. You a grown-ass person, can't clean or take care of yourself like a child. Have some self-respect.
If you're in a relationship, right, and the man earns more than the woman, all right, so the woman has chores to do, and the man has chores to do, all right, paying the bill, bringing the money, whatever, that's his chores, right, when he comes back home, whatever, mowing the lawn, housework, chores, all right, he has to do chores as well. Even if he earns more, you have to come back and just make sure that some things are, this is not good, I'm going to fix that shit, whatever, this and that, whatever, whatnot, all right?
Yeah.
Car breaks, you have to make sure that he fixes it, right? Calling the garage if he's not going to do it, or he's going to do it himself, because he's going to do it. That's his
change the light bulbs, you know what I'm saying?
Do nothing, it's not going to be viable. It's going to last longer because it brings more money, but it's not, same thing for the woman. The woman has chores to do. If she ends up not doing her chores, like she earns less, he earns more, so she does this and that and whatever in the third, and she decided at one point not to do them, then it's going to break up the marriage. That's it. It's normal for XYZ reason.
It has to be balanced and equal.
It's normal, right? Your aunt was
share
doing
the values.
well. If she stopped doing them, it would have been gone. That's it. Same thing. It is. I don't even know what this is really that you're arguing and what those arguments are. But yeah, whatever. These channels. I don't think. Whatever. Yeah.
All right, listen. Let us know what you guys think about JustGriftingThings and her comments. We want to hear from you guys. Let us know in the comments below.
Alright, y'all, let's discuss about this real quick. And let me know whose side you agree on. If you're with the woman's side or you're with Alba and Preacher's side. Me personally, I don't really have a side. Honestly, I don't really understand what Pearl was really trying to get to. Like she was making sense, but not with the right examples. Like she was making sense as with the part of, you know what I'm saying, fight through your marriage some more. Don't easily give up, you know what I'm saying? But then in the example of the situation she gave, of course you're supposed to get a divorce. Like if the marriage is in separation to where one partner is totally going out of your marriage vows and it's showing little to no interest and it's obvious he's making this clear, you know what I'm saying? But if it's a little argument or something, I mean, obviously not. You know what I'm saying? Try to fight through the marriage. And I think that's just what Abba and Preacher are trying to say is and she kind of took it out of context and was giving weird examples. You get what I'm saying? You can't obviously compare living with your 9 siblings to having a roommate. Living with your siblings, you grew up with your siblings. You were brought in that house. It's a different vibes, different energy, and it's almost inevitable. I don't know, man. I don't know. I was understanding what you were saying, but I wasn't feeling the instances she was given. Overall, good reaction though. Good point. Yo, definitely give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're rocking with me. If you made it this far, let me know that you're rocking with me by hitting that subscribe button right there. You know what I'm saying? And I'll see you in the next reaction. Let me know your thoughts down below. You know what I'm saying? Definitely like the video as well. See you next time, gang.